Across Texas, it's not always clear who owns them, but this crude controversy isn't stopping production. You see, oil companies continue to pull the oil from the ground, which brings up an interesting question. Who actually gets those royalties? Well, when it appeared that one woman was owed millions of dollars, the oil company said it couldn't find her. But funny thing, 11 News investigated, and reporter Wendell Edwards had no problem.
Deep in the heart of southeast Texas sits an oil well hard at work.
This well right here made over $20 million.
This one pumps and churns near Caldwell in Burleson County. It's run by Mineral Technologies out of Midland. But the land it sits on,
Well, I got sense now. I ain't plumb crazy.
belongs to this woman, Irma Washington Hall. She's 99 years old.
Y'all got too much sense for me.
She lives on the street that bears her last name in the town of Normandy. It's about 40 miles from that oil well on the land where she grew up. The same 130 acres owned by her mother, Amelia Whitfield Washington.
On that original lease agreement was Irma Hall's mother's name, Amelia Whitfield.
Lee Perry is a joint venture auditor. He makes sure oil companies pay royalties to heirs. Heirs like Irma Hall, who has outlived all of her siblings. But in her case, she hasn't received any royalty payments at all.
Well, the oil company at the time said they didn't know how to find the relatives of Amelia Whitfield Washington, which that's her mother. But we didn't really know what was going on.
Hall's children didn't even know they were entitled to any money until they started asking questions. Then they filed a lawsuit against the oil company and began fighting for royalties. Money they say rightfully belongs to their mother.
It's like stealing. It's oh gracious. Any way you can put it, it's theft.
Perry says this well has been a moneymaker ever since drilling started in 1997. He says it has earned as much as $20 million.
So how much money is Miss Irma Washington Hall owed?
On this particular track here, we're talking about $2.4 million. Dollars.
And in another surprise twist, it turns out that Mineral Technologies is not alone. We've been told at least 3 other oil companies have used this same well, and not one of them has ever paid an heir to this land one dime.
But this is where the story gets complicated. In a way, the problem is Irma Hall comes from a very large family. Even Mineral Technologies agrees she's a rightful heir, but she's not the only one. The company's president told us in a detailed email, quote, "The current heirs may total more than 40 different individuals, of which Ms. Hall allegedly may own as little as 3/84 of the estate's interest or less." There is, however, disagreement among the heirs that this made it necessary for MTI, that's the oil company, to turn over the proceeds to the court while the heirs resolve their differences. Since the lawsuit, the oil company has put $75,000 in a court registry and contributes more money every month. It's money that will stay there, we're told, until all the heirs can be found.
If some other heirs, nephews and nieces, find those and try to get this thing resolved. But that was in December, and here we are in August, and it still hadn't been done. She still haven't got one red cent yet. What in the hell? You got too much sense. I'm scared of you.
Her tongue is tart, and her mind isn't what it used to be. But someday, maybe Irma Hall will finally get some money from her family's little piece of the Texas oil patch, here on the land she knows all too well. In Burleson County, Wendell Edwards, 11 News.